Two massive wildfires are spreading in Northern California, where evacuations continue tonight. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carla Chiquetto.
And I'm Marcella Lee. The Dixie Fire remains the larger of the two fires and has grown to more than 635,000 acres. It has been burning for more than a month now and is still only 33% contained.
Our wildfire coverage begins tonight with News 8's Ariana Cohen, who joins us live from Lassen County. Ariana?
Take a look at some of the damages the Dixie Fire has started already in Janesville. Some of these houses are reduced to smoldering ash, burnt cars, and only chimneys rising above the ruins. People in Janesville were told to evacuate. I talked to some people who live around here, including a man born in San Diego. Some decided to evacuate while others did not.
All this was in flames.
This 76-year-old Janesville man saw the fire right in front of his own home.
This property means a lot to me. It's the first piece of property I've ever owned in my life.
But he says he doesn't plan to evacuate.
A lot of memories here. There still is.
He stayed, but his neighbors did not.
They give us an evacuating order. A solid walnut.
Across the way is 81-year-old Donald Cameron. He was born in San Diego and has lived in Janesville for 20 years.
The first night, I could see the flames from where I was staying, and I was worried my house had burned down. I didn't like it. It burns your eyes and the ashes fall on you. This is a brown trout.
He says he had to evacuate and stay at his son's house.
But I was determined I was going to get in here to see if my house was here.
His home luckily doesn't have any damages.
This one's Tupelo wood.
Donald has been wood carving for 35 years. He was most worried about saving his sculptures, his prized possessions.
I sure didn't want to lose that one. Thought it'd be safe there.
The fire can take a lot away, but this time it didn't take what matters most to Donald. Donald says you can lose a house, but you never want to lose your life's work. Jesse, Marcella.
That is so sweet to hear, Ariana, that he was able to save those carvings, and we understand nearby communities were also affected.
Yes, Marcella, Susanville is actually the largest city affected by the Dixie Fire. And where we reported last week, we were at Susanville evacuation sites, if you remember. Well, authorities tell us that they had to evacuate once again. And Jesse, Marcella, we will continue to have coverage of the Dixie Fire in the coming days.
Yes, we will. Ariana Cohen reporting for us live from the Dixie Fire right on the ground. Ariana, thank you.
In El Dorado County, meantime, the Caldor fire has destroyed at least 50 homes. The fire has moved in on the small town of Grizzly Flats, where it's being driven by hot, dry, and gusty weather. PG&E has shut down power to parts of 18 counties across Northern California tonight to keep winds from damaging power lines and sparking new fires.
In the last 24 hours, 2,000 people, including 325 Americans, have fled Afghanistan on 18 flights.
The Pentagon says they are working to evacuate between 5,000 and 9,000 more fleeing the Taliban takeover. News
8's Abby Alford talked to a woman who says her sister was able to get out, but says others still need help.
Saying an Afghan woman says that she is fielding calls from people who are stuck in Afghanistan needing help with their paperwork. She says that she's been so busy helping others that she's not been able to help her own family. Video obtained by Reuters shows crowds running from the armed Taliban fighter firing his gun in the air near the Kabul airport. Children nearby are seen ducking from the violence. A similar situation for a San Diego woman who opened a school in Kabul. For her safety, we're not using her name or showing the video she posted to Facebook, but the terror is similar. Her sister says that she was turned away twice at the airport, surrounded by gunshots and people being beaten. She was able to make it through with the help of the U.S. military.
She just was frightened and left, but I haven't heard back from her.
We spoke to the woman's sister, who we are identifying as M.
I have not been able to check on my family because I'm getting so many calls.
But M says it's been difficult to help in the chaos.
It's just like a survival situation. So in that situation, you can't really function.
Refugees are trying to get the paperwork to the right government official without being in the Taliban's line of sight.
They want me to help them with the visa. The visa process is very confusing.
News 8 reached out to our local congressman and Senator Padilla, who sent us information about Afghanistan evacuation and immigration resources. It includes emailing their office for assistance.
How do they get internet access? How do they even get out of their home to go to their right location or find any, all the offices are closed.
Legislators on both sides of the aisle are urging the State Department to take urgent measures to streamline the special visa process and protect the women and their families.
You have to continue helping. You have to reach out, spread information about how to help these people in any way you can.
Despite the violence around the Kabul airport, a spokesperson for the Pentagon says that the U.S. military is in regular talks with the Taliban to help Afghans get to the airport. The Pentagon also says that it is helping to streamline the paperwork to help refugees.
All right, Abby, thank you. We are seeing a lot of images that are said to be from Afghanistan, but are they all really from that region? Coming up tonight at 6:23, our Verified team will show us which ones are really from Afghanistan and which ones are not.
A man who stabbed another man more than 20 times earlier this year was sentenced to 10 years in state prison today.
Pierce Tostada pleaded guilty last month to the attempted murder of Jordan Hardgrove, who was left clinging to life after the attack. It happened this past January in the downtown area. Prosecutors say Tostada stabbed Hardgrove several times in the chest and stomach after verbally harassing him. Hardgrove was rushed to a hospital in critical condition and survived. He spoke in court today, getting emotional while thanking those who helped him pull through.
Had it not been for all of the things and people who were in the place at the time, if it wasn't for the witnesses who called the police for help or the first responders not to have given up on me, I could have easily remained dead that night, and this attempted murder would have been successful.
A motive for the attack has not been revealed, and many of Hardgrove's loved ones have said they still don't understand why the attack happened.
Officials arrested 15 people after a panga boat washed ashore in La Jolla.
The Coast Guard spotted the boat around 3:30 this morning near Bird Rock. A few minutes later, the boat washed up to shore and Border Patrol agents took 13 men and 2 women into custody. Officials say members of the group were from Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador.
New coronavirus numbers in tonight from the county show just over 1,100 new cases. That's out of more than 16,000 tests. There were 28 new hospitalizations, including 3 more patients admitted into intensive care. 10 more deaths were also reported, bringing that total to 3,834. County officials today also said immunocompromised San Diegans can now get a booster shot through their medical provider.
Doctors at UCSD School of Medicine are innovating the way they detect COVID-19, all in an effort to keep learning in person.
They're testing the wastewater. Yes, you heard that right. Wastewater on campus and pinpointing any positive cases down to the building to stop an outbreak in its tracks.
It's effective. News 8's Kirsten Holmes takes us inside within reason. We know it's dinner time, but she's going to show us how it works.
It's just not feasible to have everyone test every single day, and this sort of passive surveillance gives them a mental peace.
Smriti Karthikeyan is a postdoctoral researcher at UCSD School of Medicine. She's one of the doctors behind the wastewater collection on campus to test for COVID-19.
Having a handle on how the infection levels are by testing sewage is much easier, especially in communities where clinical testing is limited but their prevalence rates are high.
This machine collects the sample, and then doctors can isolate whether or not one person is asymptomatic in that building for COVID-19.
So it's programmed to pick up wastewater every 10 to 15 minutes, and it has a bottle inside where it stores the wastewater collected over a 24-hour period. And every day we bring these back to our lab here on campus. We push it to an interactive map, which has all the buildings in UCSD campus, and it gets updated every day. So if you see a red, it means it's positive. If it's blue, it's negative. All the residents of that building will be alerted via email saying this building is a potential source of wastewater positive, please test as soon as you can.
Smriti says screening wastewater can stop an outbreak in its tracks, and it's not just for residential buildings on campus.
If you or someone used the bathroom in this building between this time to this time, please get tested. All they do is walk to the bottom of their dorm or residence building, and you will see a self-test COVID vending machine, and then you drop it off here. It saves a lot of time getting an appointment, standing in lines to get tested. This is right in the building.
And because they're using already existing infrastructure with robots taking the samples, not only are they catching positive cases, they're cutting down the wait time with testing and getting results back in mere hours.
It enabled early detection of 85% of all on-campus cases. So this makes the entire process for processing 126 samples come down to 4 to 5 hours.
Very interesting.
Right, and it works.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kirsten said she got the blank assignment today, right? But really important because it allows the kids, it's called passive testing, surveillance, allows the kids to focus on their studies, do what they need to do, and then, you know, only if there's an issue detected do they have to do that testing.
Right.
The vending machine.
Anything to fight the virus.
Right.
Anything.